go. Sorry about that. But hello and welcome to West of Loathing. I've heard a lot about this game and I am excited to play it. I know it's a very funny, relatively short, I'll say, RPG-ish. Like the writing is what was sold to me. So, without further ado, let me check the options. I love it. The quality is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Wanted for protagonizing. Graham. I'll go with Doc. Erp's a good last name for it. So, yeah, that's what I'll go with. Play as Doc Erp. Ready to get going. Are you? Hell yeah. I had the strangest dream. I was choosing a character class. Cowpuncher, Bean Slinger, or Snake Whaler? I'll go Bean Slinger. Magic and cooking are inextricably intertwined in Loathing, and the Bean Slinger is the mystical master of both. I've heard there's a shortage of cooks out west since the cows came home, due to most of the cooks having been brutally killed by the cows. Snake oilers rely on their moxie and chutzpah to tame snakes. Their fearlessness to extract potent oils from those snakes and their cleverness to manufacture and sell potions made from those oils. You've heard snake oilers are doing really well out west since the cows came home. Everybody needs potions and hope in these dark days, and also out west is where all the best snakes live. I'll go Bean Slinger. I want to be a bean slinger. I've already started doing a voice. Read the spine of one of your books. Ira Jones and the Trouble at the Eerie Cellar. Mom gave me this one a few years ago. Secret of Butcher's Church. Rufus liked this one as much as I did. Joe Hardy and the Haunted Cellar. Dad gave me this one when I was a kid. Clint Swift and the Incident at Zombie Warehouse. I read that one 10 times. Jane Danger in the Old Mansion. Known as Swift in the Forbidden Graveyard. Oh hey, this one might come in handy. You got an item. Walking Stupid. Tells the tale of a renegade chef who was really bad at walking. You read the book from cover to cover and learned how to walk really stupidly. Stupid walking has been added to your options menu. You got a perk. Stupid walking. You accidentally drop the book and then ruin it by stepping on it 30 times while you're trying to pick it up. Oops. Oh, yes. Goodbye, bed. Time to head west to chase my real dreams. This weird poster appeared here one night. Goodbye, desk. Comb hair. Comb your hair one last time. Gained 1 XP. Goodbye, phonograph. Hey, Russell. How you doing? Oh. I'm gonna miss you, buddy. Feed Russell a cricket. Grab a cricket from your cricket bag and feed it to Russell. He coos appreciatively and nuzzles your hand. Goodbye, Russell. Be good. Or maybe it's time for you to leave too. You open your bedroom window, not pictured, and unlatch the door to Russell's cage. He winks at you, caws one last time, and flies away to the west. It's time to hit the trail. Stupid walking. Your living room. Nothing on the hat rack today. What a mess. Stack of firewood. Yay! This hearth really puts the hearth and home. You're gonna miss Mom's cooking. It's Mom's pie safe. It keeps all her pies safe. You'll miss meals with the family. Your little brother's room. You pick up one of your brother's weird books and flip through it. Oeuvres Mathematiques d'Evatrice Galois. How many different languages do you need to know to learn about numbers? Sequentials. Yay! On the application to dynamics of a general mathematical method previously applied to optics, none of it makes lick of sense. Solutio problematis ad geometrium situs pertinitis. The title gives me a headache. It's your kid brother's toy box. You got an item, puzzle cube. Your brother already had it most of the way solved, but you figured out the last couple of moves. Hooray! You already solved it, and if you mess up again, it'll be messed up forever. So tidy. It's covered with all his weird diagrams and charts. Your mom smiles warmly as you approach. I'm leaving now, Mom. We're gonna miss you, kiddo. Oh, and before you leave, I got you a present. Present? Yeah, but it's that book you wanted for Crimbo. I know it's early, but... The one about picking locks? Oh, boy. That's the one. Enjoy it. You got an item. Locks and how to pick them. Please be careful out there. Write us a letter when you can. She hugs you. I will, Mom. Goodbye. Hey, Dog Nozzle. So, if you'll excuse me, I just gotta walk over to my dad. Your father morosely jabs at the haystack. That hat doesn't fit you, Dad. I'll grow into it. It's time for me to leave. His lip quivers a little. Listen, I want you to have this. It's your grandmother's favorite can of beans. You got an item. Can of infinite beans. Thanks, Dad. Good luck out there. Be sure to say goodbye to your mother. I did. Goodbye, Dad. Ooh, my brother? He's just barely holding it together. It's probably best for him if you just go. Your brother Rufus is standing here looking nervous. He's pretty good at looking nervous. Give him his puzzle back. You hand him the puzzle and he starts fidgeting with it. Say goodbye. Hey, Rufus, it's time for me to head west. Still don't understand why you're leaving. He's got a point, you know. Why are you going west anyway? Get off this stupid farm. Rufus, you know how much I hate it here. I can't stay. I've got to go where the action is. But it's so dangerous. 60% of the people who go west get killed within a year. And that statistic is from before the cows came home. I'll be okay. You worry about taking care of Mom and Dad. I'll worry about me. Okay, if you say so. I still think you'll be dead by Crimbo. I'll miss you, Rufus. So is Crimbo their god? I'll miss you, Rufus. Okay, give him a playful punch on the arm. No time to screw around the woods. Time to head west. Can of infinite beans. Okay, locks and how to pick them. Comprehensive guide to advanced lock techniques. It's got a whole chapter on tumblers. Quickly memorize the entire book. You got a skill. Lock picking expertise. After you're done reading it, you donate it to a local orphanage. Soon those orphans will be able to make their escape. Go, orphans, go! Can of infinite beans. You can with an unlimited number of beans in it would be really exciting, but these beans are pretty terrible. It's a pretty cool thing to carry around, though. This item goes in your offhand. It's +1 spell damage, +1 muscle, +1 moxie. Go west, young man. Hitching a ride across the Great Plains. Dialect coach, Riff Connor. Yeah, Riff. Stunt coordinator. Boom operator. 200 miles later. Well, the bad news is that you fell off that cart and got knocked out for a couple of hours. Now you've got no ride, no meat, and no prospects. The good news is that you're in a town rather than in a gulch somewhere. Not much for town, though. Get up and dust yourself off. Town of Boring Springs. A turnip! Can I hoop? I say, can I hoop? Can I hoop? Never mind. BS Horsery. Sign on the door reads, Gone Drinking. Yuck. As you walk into the saloon, the crazy-eyed guy sitting to the left of the door shrieks and waves at you to get your attention. Hey, where's your hat, dag nabbit? Well, I can't drink in here without a hat. Tain't proper. He points to the take a hat, leave a hat box next to the door. Check out the box. Look through the hat box and find a magical black Stetson. That looks like something you'd wear. Grab it. You got an item, the barely enchanted hat. Grab the hat, put it on. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. Gives you a friendly, if somewhat twitchy, nod. Say, feller. Yeah? You heading west? If you want some company, I'd be more than happy to come along. Just let me know. Well, no pressure. Alright, I'll keep it in mind. You already have a hat. What would you do with two? Oh, hat on a hat joke. I should probably leave him alone. The woman glares at you. You should probably just let her drink. Howdy, I'm Doc. Howdy, Doc. I'm Horace. Nice to meet you. What do you do? I'm the town hostler. I don't know what that is. I'm the town horse selling guy. Gotcha. How's that working out for you? Oh, those horses are just flying out the door. So, business is booming? Nice. No, I mean the horses keep running away. I haven't sold one in ages. Oh. Is that why you're drinking instead? Yep. And me being in here drinking instead of watching the horses is probably how they keep escaping. It's one of those vicious circle things. Well, I'm in need of a horse. Do you have any left? One. Kind of a boring one, but it's got 4 legs and a back to sit on. Come see me at the stable. I'll be happy to show it to you. Okay. You walk up to the bar and wait patiently for the bartender to notice you. While you're waiting, you see a sign taped to the back wall reading, Reward for lost mugs, 25 meat each. Keep waiting. The bartender finally notices you. Howdy, cowboy. Howdy, barkeep. Name's Doc. What brings you to our little backwater? Ask about work. Oh, the usual. I came out west to make my fortune. Not having much luck so far, though. Any work around these parts? Unfortunately, Boring Springs already has more people in it than jobs. It's more of an errand town, if you catch my meaning. If you're looking for a real job, I'd recommend talking to the railroad people up by Dirtwater. That's what the railroad, the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company. Back east, they're trying to run a line to Frisco. and having a heck of a time doing so. And they're hiring? Oh, I reckon they're always hiring for one thing or another. Big company, that. Ask about Dirtwater. Dirtwater? Dirtwater is interesting. It's far enough west that it's still more or less exempt from the rule of law, but no, not so far west that it's been burned to the ground by the damn cows. Lots of opportunity there. She pauses for a few seconds, lost in thought. Yep, if I were a younger woman, I'd probably head that way myself. Ask about errands. Mentioned errands? Yeah, this forsaken burg is always falling apart in one way or another. The hostler's always needing help since he hurt his leg, and that no account sheriff could certainly stand to have somebody doing his job for him. Anything else? Well, I've got a goblin loose in the basement. Some cowpoke in from the gulch didn't wipe his boots off and got spores everywhere. I could probably handle a goblin. Much obliged. I'll unlock the basement door for you. Oh, and you'll need this. You got an item. Weak fungicide. What do you say, Pete? Who, me? Well, heck, I say all kinds of things. For instance, could Zook some 4 flush and claim jumper stole my pickaxe? Uh-huh. He takes a swig of his whiskey. See you later, Pete. Dagnab machines can't trust him no more, and a claim jumping rattlesnake. Uh-huh. These two are playing poker, or at least trying to. They keep looking back and forth from their hands to the how to play poker card that came with their deck, biting their lips and concentrating real hard. Good luck, you two. It's a spittoon. People spit into it. You know without even looking in it that it's absolutely disgusting. Oh, look in it. Yeah, it's full of spit. Regular spit, gross tobacco spit, chewing gum, and it looks like a few teeth as well. It's disgusting. And the smell, even from a distance, it smells horrible. Look closer. You are now on your hands and knees, peering into a filth-encrusted spittoon. I don't understand what is wrong with you. Wait, is there something shining at the bottom? Get it. You reach your hand towards the spittoon. Even before you touch it, you can feel the grossness in the air. Like a greasy fog enveloping the stinking brass horror. Smells like the vomit trough at a mesquite barbecue eating contest. You hesitate. Never surrender. You plunge your hand into the awful soup. It makes it sound like blop. Your skin is burning. Your eyes start to water. Search. Your fingers make contact with something. You pull your hand out of the devil's tureen slowly, not daring to risk splashing the contents all over yourself. You appear to have gotten some kind of ring. Probably some kind of disease as well. Congratulations. Got an item. Nasty ring. Hooray. Oh, I love the silly walks. Orange Springs Saloon. Basement. Crate of Nurse branded whiskey. Good for what ails you. Grab a bottle. I guess we never established your age. Good thing the legal drinking age here is can reach the top of the bar. Attack the goblin. You have one action. Victory. Having dispatched the goblin, you pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Yeehaw. Skill up. Gumption level 2. Got an item. Boring Springs Gazette, April 20th, 1895. Oh, I love the silly walk. Great. Howdy. Howdy. Good to see you again, Doc. You tip your hat to the bartender. Took care of that goblin. Thank you kindly, Doc. I knew you was a stand-up feller the moment you walked in here. Reaches under the bar and grabs a bag of meat. Here you go. Least I can do by way of thanks. You need 200 meat. Tip your hat. Who's the lady drinking whiskey out of a beer mug? That's Susie. She's a rancher from nearby. Real tough broad. I ain't recommend you pester her, though. Why's that? Lost her whole family to a cow attack recently. Got some pent-up frustrations about it. Ouch. The woman glares at you. Howdy, Susie. Howdy, cowboy who's gonna be searching his platoon for his teeth if he don't leave me in peace. Okay, bye-bye then. Get lost. Alice. Oh! You approach the weird cactus man hybrid. He smiles at you. Howdy, cactus man. Howdy, you're safe. Howdy yourself, and the name's Bill. Cactus Bill. What happened to you, Bill? Well, to be honest, partner, I drank too much cactus beer and it turned me into a cactus. Doc Alice warned me this would happen, but I didn't listen. And that's why they call you Cactus Bill? No, that's just a coincidence. Oh. Does it hurt? Does what hurt? You know, being a cactus? Oh, no, it's actually kind of nice. The natural fermentation processes inside the cactus part of me keep me pretty drunk most of the time. I guess it is a mite boring. Yeah, I bet. Wouldn't be so bad if I had something to read. You don't happen to have a newspaper or anything, do you? Give him the newspaper. Give him the newspaper you found in the basement of the saloon. Much obliged, partner. Now let's see here. What can I do to return the favor? Oh, I know, my shovel. Left it behind the outhouse at Orhole Mine. It's yours if you go and get it. I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Behind the outhouse at Orhole Mine. Got it. Thanks, Bill. Don't mention it. Now if you could just kind of stick that newspaper to my face before you leave. Some loose dirt. Topeka, 60 miles. Nope, you're not allowed in Topeka anymore, remember? Step right up, trades the name and trades the game. You seriously doubt that his name is Braid? Howdy, Braid. What are you trading? Well, sir, today I am trading locks for soap and a stick of dynamite for a needle. And to the cunning Skinner, who brings me 3 rattlesnake hides, well, to that adventurous soul, I will trade a fine silver pocket watch. How about some free dynamite? Requires dickering. No trades right now, thanks. The sheriff. There's a dirty mug here. Howdy, stranger. Welcome to Bourne Springs. I'm the sheriff in these parts. The what? You sound... The sheriff, okay? Blasted sign painters. Say, you wouldn't happen to be looking for work, would you? As a matter of fact, I am. Great, because I happen to have some. There's a gang of hoodlums around here what calls themselves the Fricker Gang. Last time I arrested one of them, they busted him out and took my cell door with them. It ain't, well, it ain't much good without the door. And I need somebody tough, smart, and or slick to go fetch it back for me. Why don't you do it? You're the sheriff after all. I gotta stay here and practice my chair tipping. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Funny you should say that, because I'm sending the deputy along with you to keep you out of trouble. He takes the pistol out of his deck and hands it to you. You got an item. Deputy pistol. Deputy? You deputized a gun? You're new in town. Maybe you ain't noticed. There ain't much to do here except drink. Here, let me write down where the Fricker Gang's hideout is for you. Writes a little note, makes a little note on your map. Discovered a new map location. The Fricker Gang's hideout. Got it. I'll be back at the door. Make your own damn guide to Boring Springs and its environs. Fricker Gang's hideout. I'm enjoying this already. Horses, 1,000 meat. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? How's business? Oh, you know, every day I'm hustling. Tell you the truth, though, it's pretty terrible. All of my horses keep running away. Well, except for this completely ordinary one. That's rough. Maybe I can help? Oh, God, yes. Thank you. Please. I go fetch them myself, except for this injury. I'll give you 300 meat each for finding them. How many are there? 3. Here, let me see your map. They pretty much always run away to the same places. Draws 3 little pictures on your map. Use Orhole Mine, Boring Springs Boneyard, Thousand Snakes Gulch. Why these places? I think they like environments that are thematically appropriate. Here, when you find one, feed it some of these oats. That should send it back here. How does that work? Your special pigeon-infused oats. Okay, will do. See you later. This is the most typical horse you've ever seen. It's a haystack. It's a needle. Oh, I found a needle in a haystack. 2 needles. I'll take some dynamite for this needle. Braid, which is so not a name, takes your needle and hands you a stick of dynamite. Be careful with this now. Found this mug. Much obliged. Tip your hat to the bartender. Just thought I'd say howdy. And then mission accomplished, I reckon. Oh, walks. This is where Bill said to look. Hey, he wasn't kidding. Not that this would have been a funny thing to kid about, I guess. Got a shovel. Still some meat ore in this cart. Meat ore. This definitely does not bear closer scrutiny. Mug. You ever seen this game before, Dog Nozzle? I've never played it. Orville Mine. Instructions for the cargo elevator. This mechanism is labeled cargo elevator control. A poster on the wall behind reads level 1 blast cap storage, level 2 plungers, both kinds, level 3 tools. Where do you want to send the cargo elevator? Level 1. These crates are all labeled blasting caps. The period is part of the label. That's why it's inside the quotes like that. And it looks like you're gonna need a crowbar to pry open one of the crates open. Find a disgusting chunk of meat. You got an item. Unrefined meat. This looks dangerous. There's no plunger effect, but can't get past this level. Plungers. Sign line though, there's only the one kind. You got an item. Detonation plunger. Yes, it is very funny. It's a toolbox, but it's locked. You managed to unlock the toolbox, but the needle is ruined in the process. Most of the tools inside are rusted away to metal. Nice profile. Hold on, let me lower the volume a little bit. They recommended I get, Riff and other people recommended I get the silly walks first. Pry one of the crates open, crowbar, and grab the plastic cap. Fighting against your instincts for self-preservation, you flicked up a plunger and strung it a fair distance away. Got a blast cap? Okay, you've succeeded in putting yourself in grave danger. This makes you nervous. Press the plunger. Kaboom! Orville Mine, Saito. Dig through it. 50 meat. Looks like something buried here. Hey, shiny, you got an item. Silver nugget. You see the dark horse. Barely. Hey there, girl. It's okay, I'm a friend. Wait. The horse shies away from you, though in this case it's more like cripplingly introverted away from you. Reassure her. Aw, come on, don't be like that. Look, I brought some oats for you. They aren't poison or anything. In retrospect, I guess that wasn't a very comforting thing to say. Eat her the oats. Take a handful of oats out of the bag and hold them out to the horse. Here you go. Yum yum. Snort. She She sidles away from you warily, makes a surprisingly good attempt at hiding in her own shadow. Come on, please. Pat her on the nose. As you reach out to pat her nose, the horse ducks and steps further back into the shadows. Ah, come on! You oats yourself. Look, they're fine, okay? See. You take a handful from the bag and toss them in your mouth. Ugh. It's like the roughest, blandest breakfast cereal you've ever eaten. Still, it's better than dry cat food. Don't ask. Smile to show the horse that you're fine and realize that you've unconsciously turned around and walked out the door. Jeez, these are powerful. The horse looks at you warily as you grant him a cheerful wave. See? Perfectly fine. Pat her on the nose first. The horse hunches her shoulders and seems to shrink slightly as you pat her nose, but she doesn't actually flee. That's something. There's a good girl. Really? Feed her the oats. The horse finally seems relaxed enough around you. Yeah. The horse finally seems relaxed enough around you, so you offer her a handful of the oats. Warily, begrudgingly, she eats them. Then she gestures at something behind you. You turn around to look, but don't see anything. When you turn back, she's gone. Well, okay then. Boring Springs Boneyard. Our founder, Zephaniah Boring, 1806 to 1885. He was actually a really interesting guy. Mug, Benjamin Crockett, 1320 to 1364. He showed up way too early. Beauregard Skelton, Captain, 3rd Cavalry, 1820 to 1866. Dig up the grave and fight. Got the jump on him. Beam shield. Victory. Could have stopped Captain Skelton's unnatural animation. Yeehaw, skill up, Mysticality level 2, got an item, Old Cavalry Saber, and got an item, Gold Tooth. Sweet. Dr. Beanslinger. Perks? Stupid walking. When you were a child, you wanted to walk so badly. You finally have. There's got to be a way to save, right? I'm just missing it. Uh... Okay, it saves automatically. Skeleton, you're not getting past it without a scuffle. A scuffle it is. Yeehaw, skill up, gumption level 3. What's nerd mode? Where was that? I displays a log describing what happens in combat. Provides a few other pieces of metagame information in various places. I'm gonna turn it off. Your pulse quickens as you get near the spooky translucent horse. Approach her. You approach the weird semi-transparent horse cautiously so as not to startle her, though you quickly come to the realization that this is not a horse that startles easily. Hello there. Hi. I'm a friend, okay? Yay. That's a little strange. How did you do that without opening your mouth? Pat her on the nose? Pat the horse's nose, which is very cold. If you were going to ride her, you'd want an extra saddle to keep your butt from freezing. Pat her on the nose again. Yep, still cold. Brr. The burr. You get the idea. Feed her the oats. Here you go, girl. Have some oats. You hold out a handful of oats for the horse, but she just sort of stares right through you. Brr. Please don't look at me like that. Snort. Try the oats again. Hold out the oats again. The horse continues to ignore them. What's the matter? Are they not spooky enough? I'm not sure how to make oats spooky. I guess I could put some bone meal on them, but I don't have anything handy to grind up bones with. Grave dirt? Really? Is that a yes? Weird. Okay, add some grave dirt to the oats. You sprinkle the oats with just a little bit of grave dirt and hold them out again. The horse gazes expressionlessly at them, then eats them. Nay! And with that, she glides away in the direction of town. Czar. Timothy Cochran, 1855 to 1895, devoted husband. Elizabeth Cochran, 1887 to 1895, beloved daughter. Silas Cochran, 1895 to 1895, a baby. The Fricker Gang's hideout. Let's try that. Thud Fricker. The Fricker Gang's intrepid lookout appears to be taking a little nap. Just ignore him. It's a beer barrel cactus. It's a pile of random stuff the Fricker Gang stole. Finders keepers. 25 meat, recovered mug, and a pair of silver cufflinks. Fricker Gang's hideout. Inside. One of the Fricker boys is dozing in a bathtub. Psst, can you pass the soap? He mumbles and hands you a bar of soap before sinking deeper into both sleep and the tub. Got an item, bar of soap. Cautiously approach the Fricker Gang. They're pretty engrossed in their poker gang, so it doesn't actually require that much caution. You'll hide behind a barrel and eavesdrop on their conversation for a while. The one with the eye patch is quiet, but you gather that his name is Snipe, and the squirrely one is his brother Wimpy. What's your play here? Leave without alerting them. Okay, I can't go past. Approach them and talk. Howdy, boys. Deal me in. The one without the eye patch raises an eyebrow at you. Who are you? How'd you get past Thud and Soapy? What do you want? I'm here for the sheriff's door. I'll show you the door. The door to hell. He reaches for his gun. Okay then, fight it is. Okay. Victory. Leaders of the Fricker gang are dead by your hand. The sheriff will feel proud of you, though you're not sure how your mother would feel. Yeehaw. Skill up. Clamor level 2. Time to recover the sheriff's door. Pile the Fricker's ill-gotten gains. What a haul. 50 meat. Sheriff's door. Got it. This should go back to the sheriff as soon as possible. Oh. It's nasty work, but somebody's got to do it. Locks for soap. I'll trade the soap for a lock. Braid, though you really don't think his name is actually Braid, takes your soap and hands you a lock. No trades right now. Thanks. Somebody buried a mug here. Eek. Ouch. Ow. See, the Fricker gang hasn't put a stop to your breathing. Did you rescue my cell door? You hand the sheriff his door and he hangs it back on its hinges. Nice work, stranger. This here prison cell just got about 4 times more secure. And are there any Fricker boys left for me to round up? Yeah, there's 1 or 2 that are asleep on the job. I'll round them up shortly then. Looks like I owe you a reward. Here produces a big bag of meat. 400. Nice. Got another little task for you. If you got the time. Should be a lot simpler than the last one. What you need? Well, the Frickers busted the lock when they took the door. I don't need a new lock. I just so happen to have one. You hand the sheriff the lock. That'll do nicely. The sheriff puts the lock on the cell door, then accidentally drops the key and it clatters into the cell. Hellfire. I don't suppose you know how to pick a lock, stranger. You got a needle handy? I'll see what I can do. I'll take that old silver nugget off your hands if you like. Give you 81 meat for it. Yeah, take the nugget. Okay. Unrefined ore. Listen, kid, all the stuff what I've been buying from you, you've been spending time underground, ain't you? Well, you listen to old Pete's advice. You stay out of ore hole if you know what's good for you. There's stuff down on the 40th level that ain't worth messing with for a fella who wants to keep his eyes, if you catch my meaning. Not sure I do, but thanks. Woman glares at you. Are you Susie Cochran? Now, how'd you know my last name? I saw the graves in the cemetery. I'm sorry for your loss. Susie scowls bitterly and mutters into her whiskey. Saw it happen. Saw the whole damn thing and couldn't do nothing about it. The bartender said it was cows. Cows, right. I don't know what those things are, but they ain't cows. Not anymore. What happened? It was a raid. See, Ma and Pa used to ranch cattle back before they came home. Pa didn't make it, but Ma and I managed to rebuild. We ranched pigs instead, and she left me the place when she passed. Go on. Well, I guess a passing herd sniffed out that I used to be a cow ranch, and they attacked a couple days ago. Happened so fast, I didn't even have time to get my rifle out of the gun safe. Cows smashed in the front door, and a fire started out back by the root cellar. House went up in blazes just like that. What'd you do? Sorry, I gotta take a drink here. There wasn't anything I could do. Couldn't get upstairs to the kids because of the fire, and I saw Tim trampled right in front of me. She drains her glass. I ain't want to talk about it anymore. Sorry. She refills her mug from a bottle on the bar and doesn't reply. What will you do now? Head west, I suppose. Nothing keeping me here, and no desire to stay. Can't leave without my rifle, though. Why not? It was Ma's rifle. It's all I got left of anybody. Where is it? Left it at the ranch like a damn fool. Listen, can I ask you a favor? I need someone to go get it for me. Yeah, I'll go get it. Susie shows you on the map where her ranch is. The Cochran Ranch. Found these mugs. 125 meat. Ah, the silly walks. Or the stupid walks, rather. Cochran Ranch, established 1891. All the water in this trough is boiled away. Susie's ranch house is burned to the ground. Something behind this door is making some pretty awful noises. Go through it anyway. Cochran Ranch. These pies were not safe. Looks like somebody was in the middle of fixing a knife. A varmint skinning knife. This thing looks angry. You're not going to make it that safe without dealing with it. Deal with it. Victory. Defeated that nasty cow skull floating in a cloud of fame. In a cloud of flame. Got it. Got Susie's rifle. The outhouse is the only thing still standing. Ooh. Yikes. Oh, right, the bar. You find my rifle yet, stranger? Yep, here she is. Susie's eyes well up with tears as you hand her the rifle, and she roughly scrubs her sleeve across her face before any of them spill over. Thanks, stranger. I didn't catch your name. I'm Doc. Thanks, Doc. Can't really say what this means to me. She looks at the rifle for a long moment, then looks back up at you. She sighs. Well, that's enough wallowing in misery. Time for me to hit the road. If you want me to tag along when you head west, you just say the word. Sounds good, Susie. You already plumbed the depths of this spittoon in your own depravity. You should be ashamed of yourself. Thousand Snakes Gulch. One of these rocks is really shiny. Shiny rock. Crap. Oh, dang it. Snake looks sleepy, but not that sleepy. Attack it. You've slain a snake. Before long, they'll call you Snake Murdering Doc. Whip out your trusty varmint, skin a knife, and go to town. Another snake? Well, I guess it's not called One Snake Gulch. Another rattlesnake skin. This snake looks really angry. You're gonna need every trick in the book to beat this one. I'm good at tricks. I'm a bean slinger. Victory. This horse has gone snake crazy. Or maybe he was some other kind of crazy before. Hey there, boy. Hey, fella. I'm a friend, okay? No! It's cool, all right. Be cool. Don't freak out on me. Look him in the eyes. Calmly look the horse in the eyes. One of them is fixed in a glassy 1,000-yard stare, and the other is revolving madly in its socket like he's thinking of trying to escape in every direction simultaneously. He looks to be calming down a little now that it's clear you aren't actually made of spiders, though. Pat his nose. Carefully and gently pat the horse's nose. He twitches a bit. Okay. A lot. He seems to recognize that you aren't going to eat his eyes or suck out his soul or whatever madness is bouncing around in that skull of his. That's a good boy. Feed him the oats. You hungry, boy? I've got a little treat for you. You feed the crazy horse some of the homing oats, and it gallops away with a whinny. Or rather, hopefully he's headed home at night to the 12th dimension. Ooh. Step right up, step right up. Trades the name and trades the game. I've got 3 Rattler skins. Raid's eyes light up. My, oh my, how brave you must be. You got an item, a fine silver pocket watch. This pocket watch is both fine and dandy. Don't have any other. As soon as you get that lockpick, I'll be able to get some real surfing done around here. Chunk of wood from the broken hitching post. Got an item, broken board. 300 miles is too far to go on foot. You need a horse. Boring Springs horse. I don't know how you spotted her hiding in that mine, but thanks for sending back my dark horse. Sure thing. Looks like my pale horse made it back safe. Thanks for your help. Anytime. Thanks for finding my crazy horse. He was eating loco weed again, wasn't he? Not that I notice. That's all of them. I can't thank you enough. Here's a little extra for you. Gain 1,000 meat. Thanks. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? You said something earlier about an injury? Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking out the showroom. Don't ask how. It's embarrassing. I was gonna get Doc Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. She just shut herself up in her office, said she wouldn't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse, or I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic? I see. Well, I do happen to have some Nurse brand whiskey. Get lost. Offer whiskey. Whiskey delivery for you, Doc. What brand? Nurse Whiskey. Your favorite. I'm led to believe. They know she makes house calls. Alright, hold on. You hear a rattle as she unlocks the door. Oh, God. Hey, Doc, can I look in your books? Not until you give me that whiskey you promised me. Doc Alice looks to be about in her 50s. Her hair is graying and her face is lined, but her eyes are still clear and sharp, if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey. Stat. She cracks open the whiskey and fills a small flask she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts chugging out of the bottle. Jeez, Doc, that doesn't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here, me or you? Okay, point taken. This vanity doesn't look like it sees much use. Scream a little. Grab a pair of tweezers and pluck some of your more unsightly eyebrows. Hey, Doc, can I look at your books? Sure, if you want to. Now that they're going to do you much good in this doomed, forsaken hellhole. You should try being less cheerful, Doc. You survey the books on Alice's shelf. They're all medical textbooks except for a few. Leaf through The Legend of Curly's Meat. The book tells the story of legendary treasure. A massive chest full of premium meat, secreted in the hidden sense, not in the extruded sense, in the western desert by an old cowhand named Curly Butterfield. Oh, Butterfield, god damn it. Leaf through The Life and Works of Fred Ferguson. This book purports to be a Civil War surgeon's autobiography. While flipping through it, you mostly just find lists of reasons that drinking alcohol is bad. So, it's actually a work of ludicrous speculative fiction. Haha. At least there are some useful appendices in the back and some diagrams of appendices. Leaf through The Goblinoid Tongues, a primer. You start flipping through the Goblin language book. It's confusing at first, but you eventually get so engrossed that by the time you take a break from reading, several blurfs have passed, and you know that blurf is the Goblin word for hour. You have learned to speak Goblin. Sort of. You got a perk Goblin tongue. The stove is spotless. Either she's really compulsively about cleaning, or she never cooks. Wow. Shouldn't this be further away from the fireplace? Doc Alice continues to pour whiskey down her neck, occasionally stopping to breathe. Is everything alright? That depends on how fast I can get this whiskey into my bloodstream compared to how fast my liver filters it out. And I can't talk and drink at the same time, so... She glares at you meaningfully. So what's the matter, Doc? What's the matter? The whole world's gone to hell in a horse cart, and you ask what's the matter? Bandits? Cow demons? Dead men walking? Why don't you go ahead and pick one, and I'll drink to that. Dead men walking? You haven't seen it? Corpses and skeletons staggering around like puppets with half their strings cut, looking to take a bite out of the living. Oh yeah, there was a skeleton in the cemetery. It's nice to get some outside confirmation that I'm not losing my damn mind. But how is that even possible? It isn't possible. It goes against everything I know about medicine. Dead patients don't get back up. Patients? Oh. Ouch. Doc Alice turns away, grimacing. Every doctor loses one now and again. You never get used to it, but... Well, it happens. But what doesn't happen is them coming back afterward and looking for revenge. That must be pretty rough. Rough? Buddy, I don't think you comprehend the situation. It's not just patients, it's neighbors, friends, husbands. Oh. Indeed. She turns away from you and focuses her attention back on the bottle. Doc Alice sighs exasperatedly. What now? What's the deal with all the TNT? It's so when I feel like I'm about to go, I can blow myself into bits so small there won't be nothing left to come back. That seems... drastic. Drastic? Hell. No way am I taking the risk of becoming one of those things. Fair enough, I suppose. Do you have any idea what's causing the resurrections? Well, I heard a rumor. A rumor? What is it? It's when you get incomplete information from an unverified source. Anyway, what I heard is that there's a fellow out west that's causing it. Necromancer, they call him. Supposedly he's sending magic out into the world somehow. Magic like the bean slingers use? I never heard of any bean slinger raising the dead, have you? Her scowl deepens. That'd be one hell of a can of beans. About that necromancer. Assuming he exists, what about him? Well, maybe someone ought to try and stop him. Doc Alice gives you a sharp look. You? Because I know you ain't talking about me. Why not you? Gray-haired old woman that knows as much about fighting as a squirrel-nosed surgery? Did you hit your head on a bar stool, kid? You weren't that old. And if I were going to pick someone to go up against a necromancer, it'd be someone who also knows about death, but in a scientific way. Doctor, right? Doc Alice stares hard at you and takes a swig from her bottle, saying nothing. And it sounds to me like you've got plenty of motivation to get the job done. For your friends and everyone. She continues to look at you. You can see the gears turning in her head. Beats doing nothing, anyway. Beats locking yourself in a house full of TNT and drinking yourself to death. You aren't even doing any doctoring anymore. She winces and looks away. Then she shakes her head slowly. Seriously expect me to ride out west by myself, chasing a rumor? Doesn't have to be by yourself. I'm heading west too. Tag along with me, and maybe we can find the guy and put a stop to him. It's crazy. Impossible. Impossible like raising the dead is impossible? Alice crosses her arms and regards you thoughtfully. The spark slowly brightens in her eyes. Alright, kid. The hell, let's give it a shot. Cool. Just let me know when you're ready to leave. I'll wait here. I don't know where I can find another needle for the sherf. Rub-a-dub-dub. Can you sell me a horse? Sure thing. I should warn you though, horses get mighty attached to their riders. Once you bought one, you won't be able to change your mind later. Which one are you interested in? I'll go with the spooky pale one. Good choice. That's a good horse if you like that sort of thing. I'll sell her for 1,000 meat. What sort of thing? You know, spooky stuff. Spooky stuff? I don't want to get into particulars. Let's just say she sets a certain tone. Ooh, mysterious. I'll take her. Thanks. Here's the keys. Ride safe. Give her a name. I mean, what else can I name it? Graham. Are you sure you want to name your horse Graham? Hell yeah. Alright then, Graham the horse. It's got a nice ring to it. Oh, and I almost forgot. Free with every horse purchase is a complimentary map. Got an item. Southeast West map. This horse has the look of someone who has seen the madness that dances on the other side of the void. It's your new horse, Graham. Ride Graham out of town. Once you leave Boring Springs, you won't be able to come back. And the unfinished business you've got will forever remain unfinished. Are you sure you're ready to leave? Yes. Alrighty then. You're properly horsed and ready to start your new life in the West. All you need now is a pardner. Somebody to share the trail with. Someone you can rely on for emotional and combat support. Who will you take with you? I'll take Doc Alice. You knock on Alice's door and tell her it's time to go. Hit the trail. One last thing before you go. Up until this point, I've been automatically spending your experience points XP for you. I'm happy to keep doing it, and I promise to give you a nice, well-rounded experience. Shall I keep it up, or would you prefer to decide for yourself where your XP gets spent? Let's keep doing it automatically. Alrighty then, let's go. Consult your Southeast West map the Hostler gave you. It only lists two things: the town of Dirtwater and the Manifest Destiny's the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost camp. And for Dirtwater. Day 1. First day of the rest of your life. Graham whinnies as you approach. Homer Maine. She neighs with whispery gratitude. I hope someone invents broadcast radio soon. Horses are so funny looking. Sign says, room for rent. Wire within. It's your partner. Howdy, Alice. If we're going to look into this necromancer business, I figure we ought to start with the local cemeteries. Makes sense. Do you know where they are? Yeah, I did some research into the territory cemeteries a while back. Territory cemeteries. Territory cemeteries. To see if there was a pattern. You okay? Sorry. Anyway, there's one not too far from here. We discovered a new map location. The Dave Yard. What do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of the land, I guess a railroad crew would be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. Any other ideas? Alice says you should see the bartender about renting that room in Dirtwater. It'd be nice to have a base of operations. Thanks for the reminder. Jewel Saloon. Oh. This is a spittoon, which is sort of a brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor. Because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already. Sicko. Inspect it. Look, Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, poker room instead of a cockfighting pit. This spittoon is still spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside it isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. Here we go again. All right, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. That's good, right? No, that's bad, because it's only the water part of spit that evaporates. The brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that don't evaporate, several years worth, distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out. Search it. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup. Except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. Lorb. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding. Except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children. Assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them. You got an item, filthy porcelain cow. Oh, I love the spittoons. Slop of meat. The man points to the sign on the counter. Slop. Buy meat. Buy some slop. There's a sign that says, see bartender for darts. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi. Thanks. I'm Doc. Glad to know you, Doc. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw the sign out front advertising a room. That's right. Finest room in the house and plenty of room for your pardner, too. Interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Gratis. Wow, great. Can I have a shot of bourbon? I'll have a shot of bourbon. Coming right up. Anything else? Need help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I've poked around in it myself, but I lost the key. This is suddenly taking a strange turn. It's your pardner. I see you found the local watering hole. Yeah, it's decent. Let me know if you find a whisking hole, though. What do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of the land, I guess a railroad crew will be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. Your room at the Jewel Saloon. Look at yourself in the mirror. Insult yourself. You call yourself a four-flushing green-faced jerk. You gain an effect. Angry. Insult yourself again. Better not insult yourself anymore. You get any angrier, you're liable to pass out. It's your bed. There's a postcard on this little table. You got a blank postcard. Nice view from up here. Oh, okay. They're engrossed in conversation. Leave them be. Guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl. Can I get some darts? Son of the dartboard said to see you for darts. Oh, sorry. All the darts got broken months ago. That's disappointing. See you later, Lloyd. That gal doesn't look like she's in the mood to talk. The old man stares off in the distance, listening to the piano, try to talk to him. Doesn't react to you at all. The piano player is not very good at his job. At his job? Try to fix him. Lifted the piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. Let it be for now. These guys were having a spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. This is where the chef preps ingredients for cooking. It's also where he parks his beer. Top potbelly stove is a pot full of slop. Hot stove, top slop pot. Hey, what are you doing in here? Boys only, bud. Hold on. Let me sit up. Oh, sorry, I was just, looking around. So, you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. Chef marks the fort on your map. The shelf is full of canned and bottled ingredients and boxes of slop helper. This lady's too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. Stage. Cowbell. Hit it. Hit it again. Really? No more cowbell joke? Chair fell over. Set it back up. There we go. No more. God damn it. It'll probably happen later. You can't just leave that there and not do anything about it. Poker room. Poster says rules of poker, followed by hundreds of weird rules in tiny print. Read one of them. Kings are wild and kings of clubs are double wild. Player holding 4 threes immediately wins the game. Fours are wild and one-handed jacks and spades are double wild. Play poker. Sit down at the poker table. A dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. The lady to your right introduces herself as Virginia, and the player to your left says his name is Jim. The dealer tells you the ante is 20 meat. You ante up. Virginia and Jim toss in 20 meat each. The dealer gives the deck a shuffle and then deals. A hand of cards glides across the table to you. It's a really great hand. A queen of clubs, a pair of sixes of spades, and 3 sevens of spades. It's the first round. The pot is 60 meat, and you estimate your chance of winning at around 40%. Check. Whistle nonchalantly and check. 5% win chance. Jimmy reluctantly raises. Call. It's the second round of betting. Pot is 120 meat, and you estimate your chance of winning at around 45%. Forcefully strategize. You pound on the table, causing the cards to fly into the air and land in a slightly different configuration. 20% win chance, plus 20% win chance. It's the last round of betting. Time to do or die. The pot is 120 meat, and you estimate your chance of winning around 65%. Grit your teeth and strategize. Or, ooh, cleverly raise. You're smart enough to know you should raise. So do you. So you do. By 20 meat. You frown and reveal a full house. Virginia smiles broadly and reveals her cards. And Utah straight. Jim grins and reveals his hand to backwards full house. You lost. Boo. No more. There's a weird ghostly carriage. Get in? Heck yeah. Grab in the ghostly carriage, which seems to support your analysis weight well enough. An invisible driver yells, "Yeah!" and cracks an invisible whip. And an invisible horse snorts. Carriage starts moving, and soon you're out of sight of Dirtwater. Exciting. Imagine a ride in a ghost carriage. Oh, wow, I'm doing this already. Whoops. Reckoning at Gun Manor. A thick gray fog envelops the carriage, and you lose all sense of time and space. Eventually, the fog clears, the carriage parks near a very large and ornate mansion. A disembodied voice calls, "All out for Gun Manor, last stop." Disembark. Ride the spooky ghost carriage. Yeah. Let's go back. Out of the way, buddy. This is the worst hat of my life. This water's for horses only. Hello there. Welcome to Dirtwater Mercantile. Speak softly and carry a loud stick. Dirtwater Post Office, sponsored by LT&T. I'll buy some flowers. Sweet smell of flowers. Dirtwater Post Office, sponsored by LT&T. One of those newfangled telegraph machines. Hi, I'm Docker. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Well, I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus letting him know that what you've been up to and that you're okay. Well, that'll be... Oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Thanks. Oh. Instead of AT&T, LT&T, because it's loathing. Clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offer to be sheriff. I could be the sheriff, maybe. Do you have law enforcement experience? Not really. Have you been to sheriff school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation, makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? I just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day. Well, when you put it that way, she snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed, protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Sorry. It's okay. Like I said, happens all the time. I'll offer to help. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. Points behind and off to the right, respectively. A wanted poster, if accuracy is important. It says, wanted, the house in the desert gang, for mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the house in the desert, 500 meat reward. I wonder if the house is named after them, or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yeah. Take note of the location of the house and resolve to bring the house gang to justice. This empty cell is all ghostly. Yep. We should be the sheriff. Lot available. Lot available. Not a lot available past this point. It's outside. There's nothing past here. Ah, the stupid walks. Oh, wow. Desert house. As you're riding down the trail, a dirty urchin jumps out, points a toy pistol at you, and demands that you pay the toll by doing 20 push-ups. Pay the boy. Satisfied by your demonstration of upper body strength, the child allows you to pass without having to shoot you. I wasn't going to take the chance that I was going to get green knighted. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are held up, you hear a voice from inside saying, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're going to have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on practice. Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Sneaky is my middle name. Okay, if you say so. From the sound of it, you say this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains an angry dog. Very funny. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. Bring them on. Got to jump on him. He'll never take us alive, and also will never pay for this house. Heal. Victory. Justice has been served to the old house gang. Got an item, Desert Gang 6-gun. You got an item, black hat, black boots, bag of ears and such. You didn't feel like carrying the entire house and the Desert Gang back to town, so you just took a few bits. M. McCready, 1846 to 1887, stuck to his guns. That one better than it probably had any right to. Bandits don't tend to be the smartest fellows you'll ever meet. Ghostly translucent bandit on a ghostly translucent horse rides up and points his ghostly translucent rifle at you, demanding all your ghostly translucent valuables. I mean, he doesn't actually specify that your values should be ghostly and translucent, but it doesn't seem like you'd have any use for regular ones. Fight him. Minus 3 HP. Spooky. Whoops. Fuck. Okay, well, at least I bought a good thing. It includes a chapter about making human-sized or larger automatons and binding them to your will to help with kitchen tasks. Gives Bean Golem a combat skill which summons a powerful golem to fight for you. There's a list of meditation techniques to help you concentrate while cooking and or fighting. Gives Use the Old Bean, a skill that temporarily increases your mysticality during a fight. There's an article about butter and an article about beans, and the juxtaposition gives you an idea. Gives Butterbean, a spell that reduces an opponent's muscle, mysticality, and moxie. Let's learn Bean Golem. Practice making servants out of beans until you're pretty good at it. Fortunately, one of your earlier experiments gets a little rowdy and eats the book. Bad Golem. Howdy, what do you need? Give her what's left of the Desert House gang. Well, this certainly is a bag of severed ears and teeth and such. Which gang was this? The House in the Desert gang. I'll take your word for it. Good job. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster? Close enough. The Stripey Hat gang for grand theft, paint, and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Want to go after them? Yeah. Wanted, the Potemkin gang for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. Poster shows location of the suspicious city the gang is hiding out in. Want to go check it out? Sure. Let's go to the Dave Yard. Skeleton approaches you in that jittery stop-motion-y way that skeletons do. Judging by its head, it appears to be the skeleton of a bean slinger. You remember the classic saying, old bean slingers die like normal people, but sometimes they keep walking around and casting spells at you afterwards. Fight that old has-been. beat up the skeleton and search it for loot, which is much easier than skeletons than most other types of people. Bean-stained pants. It's hard to put beans on the inside without getting beans on the outside. At least it was for whoever's pants these were. Here lies Dave B. 1834 to 1884. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. You dig up the grave just to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots but no pants. Put him down for good. Here lies Dave C. 1828 to 1884. Went down in a theater. Here lies Dave J. 1826 to 1884. Rapapapow. These remains look pretty restless. Here lies Dave L. 1790 to 1851. Died of a heart attack. See you in negative 36 years. Here lies Dave G. 1847 to 1884. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a fella from like 40 angry bears. Looks like the Grave Digger left his lunchbox here. Oh boy, free lunch! Vienna blood sausages and thermos of spiked coffee, and they said there was no such thing. His bones are jumping around to beat the dickens. Beat the dickens out of them. Alice surveys the scene and jots down some notes in her little notebook. Her eyes light up. Evidently, she's had an epiphany of some sort. Alice has become stronger. It literally, look at the top left. It literally changed my middle name to Sneaky. Doc Sneaky Earp. Here lies Dave D. 1848 to 1884. The truth was out there. It killed him. Pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. Dig through it. It's mostly just boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. Here lies Dave G. 1860 to 1884. Murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Dave Yard Mausoleum. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. Open a whole bunch. Bigger fight. Bean Golem. Yay for the Bean Golem. 3 up, 3 down is the thing they would say about this if baseball analogies were a thing now. The Daveyard tomb. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. This is a pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person. Dig through the rags, but a few things that look like they're worth keeping. You got an item, gore-splattered scroll, human ashes, and a robe receipt. It's a big stone sarcophagus. Orc cowardice. As you turn a corner, you come face to face with 3 bandits pushing a large barrel marked TNT down the trail. The 4 of you stare at each other for a moment, unsure of how to deal with this potentially violent happenstance. Dive for cover and fight them. Yeah. You beat and/or blew up those bandits. The beer barrel cactus. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make a cannonade. Hold on. Needed some water. Climb up into the watchtower and look around. Nice view from up here. Use your binoculars. See a horse apple big enough to see from here. They're the big apple. You climb down from the watchtower and pitch the binoculars in a nearby trash can. Peak Fort Tower is beautiful. This must be the math tent. You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside this tent. Going guns blazing. You heroically defeated the sleeping goblins who were guarding their beds. Ooh, Outfox in level 2. Footlocker is empty. Unlocked Footlocker. I guess that just makes it a footer. Army Field Trauma Kit, Silver Bullet. Military grade whiskey. Footlocker is still locked. Math tent. I love it. The sign that says toilet in Goblin, which makes it seem pretty likely the goblins use this tent as the toilet. No way are you gonna go in there. Yikes, this mishap definitely got somebody fired. It's an unusually sized cannonball. Take it. Whoa, it's heavy. Demi-culverin cannonball. Administration. Cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personnel records in the back of one drawer. Examine them. They are incredibly boring. No, really, I want details. Fine, you read one. Becky Smith, secretary, pay grade, C3. Born 5/14/40. deceased, I think. 21064. Missed days 89. Accrued sick days 0. Satisfied? No, another. Another. Now you're just looking at the same ones you've read before. What is wrong with you? I can't get enough. This was once a reception desk, but now the most appropriate thing for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. Looks like there's still some good mess left. Military grade whiskey, hardtack. Blech. Spice rack. Little green unlabeled jars. Hopefully this is the stuff the chef was looking for. Shaker, saltpeter. Cupboard is bare, and also it's not really a cupboard. General, this is a door. More specifically, it's a door to the general's office. Even more specifically, it's the locked door to the general's office. Spot a store on the horizon. Perhaps you could exchange meat for goods and services there. Button Willow McKittrick store. Howdy, Doc. There's an old mission not far from here. They might let you check out their catacombs if you ask nice. Ooh, that sounds awesome. I suppose. You discovered an old mission. What do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of the land, any other ideas? Saltpeter. Barrel smells like pickles and looks like an empty pickle barrel. First, you're excited because you think this barrel is full of pickles, but they turn out to be novelty rubber pickles. Desert eating and drinking. Want to look at more than one thing through them? Too bad. Come across the corpse of a cowboy? How do you know it's the corpse of a cowboy? Well, you see by his outfit that he is a cowboy, and you see by his lack of flesh that he is a corpse. You won't be needing these pants anymore. I'll put them to good use. Oh, right. Pick the lock. You open the hatch to check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong, given all the plinking and springing and clicking noises coming out of the gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated. I see what's wrong. Recalibrate some springs and rearrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. Music improves immediately. Nothing to it. Fix the piano player for you. I thought so. He sounds much better. Thanks a heap, Doc. I'd offer you a free room in exchange if you've already got one. Yeah, no worries, Lloyd. Who's that old man by the piano? Oh, that's old Ellsbury. Tragic fella he is. He was a writer and a poet. Came out west to sell stories, but nobody were buying. Too weird, his stories. Fantastical, like. Stupid stuff for kids. Well, it don't matter much now, anyhow. Hold on. He had to get normal work to make ends meet. Did passing well as a prospector, until one day he lost his mind in a mind. What now? You know what I mean. He saw something. Something that made him stop telling his weird tales. Made him stop talking near completely, come to that. He just stands there by the piano nowadays. Seems to calm him down, and as long as he doesn't make any trouble, I don't mind him too much. Feel a little sorry for him, to be honest. Poor fella. Poor old Ellsbury. Have you got that saltpeter yet? Yep, got it right here. That's the stuff. Thanks. Okay, the next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper. Because it's really spicy. Because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. They grow in the area outside of town. You should be able to find one if you just wander around a while. Okay. Encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. Pour over the detritus and manage to find exactly one book that is both undestroyed and remotely interesting to you. Advanced Beancraft, volume 46 or 41. Whole set of recipes for ice cold bean-based desserts. Gives Great Northern Blizzard, a spell which deals cold damage to all your enemies. There's a list of meditation techniques to help you concentrate while cooking and or fighting. Use the old bean, and there's a recipe that has been scratched out and replaced with a bunch of paranoid, insane scrawlings. Let's do wary. You read the scrawlings and internalize all their insane paranoid implications. You got a skill, wary. Afterwards, you narrow your eyes and burn the book. I didn't trust that book. Let's see. Old bean. Recipe for a wall-shaped pile of beans that looks pretty interesting. Gives bean wall. Let's learn bean wall. You practice making hills of beans flatter and flatter until they become walls. Fortunately, just as you finally master the technique, you drop the book on the other side of one of the walls and lose it. Lock. What are you doing? Goblin seated at this desk is repeatedly firing their pistol at that pie safe. Get their attention. Say, what are you doing? Shooting pies. Always shooting pies. Could you elaborate on that? Why shooting a pie? Yes. Oh, what could you elaborating on that? Why shooting a pie? Yes. You're destroying, obviously. Must you destroying a terrible pie? What is wrong with a pie? Ah, a human will never understanding. Ask again. No, really, why a pie shooting? Shut up. So much angry. Keep trying. Looking, I'm pretty sure being a pie is destroyed. Destroy, huh? Look, so many holes in a pie safe. You winning, a pie is dead. You certain being? Waiting here, I will check. Peek through the bullet holes. Yep, that pie is shot to hell. Hooray, you are a success. A pie is so very destroyed being. I doing it? So much doing it. But now what? Huh? What I shooting now? I guess you finding another pie? What? There are more pies being? Yes, the world is full of pies. Oh no, this violencing will never ending. Sorry being, not wishing to enabling this behavior. No, this is my cross-bearing. I must going and continuing the fight. Okay. Thanking you. Okay. I wishing you good luck against the forces of pie. Outfox them. You should leaving a hat and gun, have a fresh start. Yes, correct being. I will fighting each pie as if it is first pie being. General Gobb's hat, General Gobb's pistol. General Gobb strides out the door, jaw clenched, eyes resolute with pie hatred. Well, that was weird. I guess I'm the general now. This pistol is not of Goblin manufacturer, but you can tell because it doesn't look like complete garbage. Quite the opposite effect. It looks like not garbage. General's hat contains old memories of violence and more recent memories of violence against pies, specifically. Cavern Canyon. You discover what is either an open grave or a very deep and rectangular pothole. Jump in and see what you find. Well, if it's a pothole, must have been here a very long time because you found the remains of an antique traffic accident. Old coin, skeleton bone, old wedding ring. This cave door's been boarded up. Those boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. Can't get this past this pile of junk without making a racket and alerting the gang. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, "Please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us just don't want to get eaten by a spider." It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. Open the door. Tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Cavern. This crate has medicine scrawled on it in black paint. Launum Army Field Trauma Kit. You had your sudden shittering coming from that big hole behind you. You should leave now. Right now, before that spider eats you. No way are you going back in there. See the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk. But you're not going to be able to make it to them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. So could I become a spider? Danger, spider. You know what? I think I'll stay out here with the horses. You go have fun. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. There's more skittering than silence. Go inside. The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. Travel to dirt. Arrest them. Don't do anything just yet. Danger. Kitchen. Danger bar. All these bottles are empty. Looks like this place needs a new bartender. Maybe they killed him for playing the jaw harp too much. This poor chef is chained to the wall. His eyes widen as you approach him. Hey, you're not one of them? Are you here to rescue me? Sure. Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Doc. How do you do, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for 2 weeks looking for those stripy-hatted idiots. It sounds awful. You want to know the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right and a shelf of perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. Well, how's that the worst part? This chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school with a million meat ideas in my head. And now, here I am, 4 feet shy of my dreams, looking at the same pot of soup over and over again. Oh, with a million meat idea. Okay, meat. That's right. It's currency. What million meat idea? You promised not to steal my idea, right? Yeah. I can't promise anything. Frowns. Well, then I'm not going to tell you my idea. Suit yourself. Wait a minute. You can't just leave me here. Come on. Promise me you won't steal my idea so we can get on with this. No can do. Sheesh. All the heroes in the West and I get you. Just go. I'll wait for somebody who isn't an unscrupulous intellectual property thief. Okay. Fine. I promise I won't steal your idea. Okay then. It's a new kind of sandwich. Maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's a sausage. But a sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of the pig. Ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore. Okay, and it's served in a long split roll, which soaks up the grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. The best part? The name. Ready to hear the name? Oh, God. Sure. I call it the hot dog. What do you think? How about the hot dog instead? Don't be ridiculous. Hot dog. What does that even mean? Ha! Ridiculous. Hey, there's no need to be mean about it. Besides, not that any of this even matters. Even if I did get off this chain, there's no point in hanging around this empty cave, making hot dogs just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. Set up shop at Dirtwater. Brilliant. You're a genius, Doc. Hot dogs for sale. All day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, there's an idea. What if I added mint sausage mixture? To help him break his chain, he leaves the cave, hauling the oven and a shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. That's that, then. Nothing on this shelf looks good. Arrest them. Stack tunes on the back of your horse, except for one, which Alice carries in a medical bag. He was smaller than he looked, and head back to the Dirtwater jail. Turn him in. Is that the stripy hat gang? What happened to him? They had a run-in with a giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. Yet another wanted poster. Lots of criminals around these parts. Poster says wanted, the Black Hat Bandits, for horse theft and selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen headed north toward the old millinery. No good could come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. Would you like to go to investigate? Yes, indeed. Mark the location of the millinery on your map and spend some time saying millinery over and over. Millinery. 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 It's a good word. Oh, this is great. I love it. Hot dog. Oh. Howdy, Doug. Well, if it isn't my savior, good old Doc, howdy yourself. Sign outside. Yeah, I had to change the name. I tried to file a trademark, and it turns out there's already something called a hot dog. Don't tell me it's a sex thing. What is it? Yeah, it's a sex thing. Trust me, you don't want to know. I wish I didn't know. Anyway, a single letter removed, and I'm in business. He gestures at the wall menu on the wall behind him. Buy something. Elegant hot dog. This is exactly enough sausage and exactly enough bun to qualify as a hot dog. It is perfectly efficient. A thick, sturdy hot dog for a thick, sturdy cowboy. This hot dog has been embellished with a zesty sauce. Don't get too excited though. The zesty sauce is just regular old mustard. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon, right to the side of the impact, and find a meteor. Pick up the loose pieces. Desert eating and drinking. Gives you the foraging skill. This book contains everything you need to know to turn the harsh, unforgiving desert into your own personal buffet. And the best part is that the buffet also has an open bar. Read the book and learn all sorts of tricks for squeezing extra stuff out of cactuses and whatnot. Fortunately, while practicing your techniques, you accidentally squeeze the book into book juice, which turns out isn't a real thing. Aww. Oh. Recognize the familiar shape of mineshaft entrance off in the distance. Coal Ridge Mine. Go there now. Let's really quick head back to Cavern Canyon. Find a pair of binoculars hanging out of passing cactus. I mean, a cactus you're passing, not a cactus that's passing you. It only looked like it was passing you because of your frame of reference. Manifest Destiny Railroad Company Camp. Alright, so that is, I'm at 2 hours, so that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I am loving the hell out of this. This is great. So, yeah. I'll be back tomorrow night with more West of Loathing. Then I'm taking a break on Wednesday, and I'll be back on Thursday with more Hollow Knight. Yeah, it is very cute. I'm loving this. All right. So, thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.